Today I'm going to teach you how to play Multiplication Battle. This is a two-person card game and it's similar to the game of War. So here's how we play. Step one is we need to take our deck of cards, regular deck of cards as you can see, and we need to take out all of the face cards. So that means all the jacks, all the queens, all the kings. So I'm going to go through and find all of those. Leave your aces in the deck. Okay, so we've got our deck of cards ready to go. Now I'm just going to put all of these face cards off to the side because we're not going to use them for Multiplication Battle. So now you and your partner need cards. So I'm going to take the deck of cards and I'm going to deal half of the cards to my opponent and half of the cards to me. The easiest way to do that is to just go one to each player, going back and forth. After each player has half of the deck, we're ready to get started playing. So step 3 is now we're both going to flip over 2 cards. So here's my 2 cards, and here's my opponent's 2 cards. These cards are going to be our factors, the numbers we multiply together. So in step 4, we're going to multiply our 2 factors together to get our product. So here, I have 2 times 6, which equals 12. My opponent has 6 times 5, which equals 30. Step 5 is we're going to figure out who has the higher product by comparing the products. So I have 12. My opponent has 30. 30 is greater than 12, so my opponent wins this round. And my opponent gets all of the cards and is going to put them in a pile to save for later. Then we're going to repeat that same process. I'm going to flip over 2 cards. My opponent flips over 2 cards. These are our factors. Now we're going to find the products. 9 times 6 equals 54. 10 times an ace equals 1. So 10 times 1 equals 10. 54 is greater than 10. We just compared our products. So since I have the greater product, I get all of the cards and they go in a pile off to the side. We're going to keep going. 2 more cards, 2 more factors. I have 6 times 3. My product is 18. My opponent has 9 times 2. Their opponent is 18. So now we need to compare these products, but they're both 18, so they're equal to each other. We can't determine which one is greater. So what we're going to do is we're going to push these cards into the middle, and we're both going to pull 2 new cards for 2 new factors. And here, now we're going to be looking at these new cards to determine who has a greater factor. So here, I have 3 times 5, and that gives me a product of 15. My opponent has factors of 7 and 5, and 7 times 5 is a product of 35. So 35 is greater than 15, so my opponent wins all of these cards. And they put all of these cards in their pile. So you keep going with your opponent until all of your cards end up in your discard pile. Now, once you have all of if you have no more cards that are face down, you're going to take this stack and you're going to flip it over to be face down again, and you're going to keep playing. You're going to play for 15 minutes, and with your family member, you're going to be having fun while you practice multiplication. So I hope that you enjoy this game and you play it so that you can get better at your multiplication facts.